Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for a radio audience tuning in here at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all could be with us. Also tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, are you ready to discover the next big music super band? Well, this new show, BANDED, is the first of its kind music competition series that takes you literally behind the scenes of the music industry. And get this, it lets you witness the birth of the next big music band. And we have two great guests here to tell us all about it. We're excited to welcome Brandon Jenner to our broadcast. He's the host of BANDED. Also, we have Mark Schulman. You guys know him as a celebrated drummer. He's also a BANDED judge. We want to talk to them not only about the show, what it's been like for them to see the response, and of course, let you guys know how you can be able to watch as well. Thanks to the two of you for the time. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it, Cyrus.
Yeah, thanks, Cyrus. Nice to meet you.
Oh, same here. Brandon, I'm going to start with you. I know 2022 was a great year for you musically, for yourself personally, but can you tell us a little bit about the show and what viewers can expect this season from BANDED?
So this show is, what we did is we took 25 musicians from all around the world, and we broke them up into 5 bands of our choosing. So we basically curated 5 bands that we thought would be incredible bands, stylistically similar or a little bit different if we thought that it would work well. And those 5 bands competed. Every week they would have to write a brand new song, an original song, and performed that song at the end of the week on our massive, awesome stage at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium in front of a live audience. And they would have to wow the judges, Mark being one of them, in order to basically get to go into the studio and record that song. So every week, one band would be able to go and record and release that song that they wrote. And then at the end of the show, one band gets a full record contract, which takes place over the course of 8 episodes. And you can watch this show on Access TV, 9 p.m. Eastern. BandedTV.com is a great place to get information. And we just couldn't be more proud of the bands. They stepped up in such a big way, and we watched them not only become such a great group, but also so tight and almost like a little small families. So I just couldn't be more proud of what we all created, and I couldn't be more proud, especially of the musicians.
Yeah. Mark, I'm going to bring you into the conversation. I was on the BANDED Instagram page, and it was great kind of getting an idea of the individuals. As Brandon just mentioned, of course, them going in and performing these songs every week. What was that like for you, Mark, to see not only the commitment they had, but also what it was like for them to bring these songs to life?
Well, I will tell you that I was absolutely amazed. I've been playing in bands since I was 9. I've gotten the luxury of rehearsing for 5 weeks with Pink, 5 weeks with Stevie Nicks, with Billy Idol. I was absolutely astounded that these bands got together. Most of them had never met each other before. They were thrown in. In 1 week, they were charged with writing a specific style. So they actually had assignments. They would write a banger, a power ballad, an anthem, a novelty. And they worked with these world-class producer-writers to help them write the songs. And remember, they hadn't really worked together before, so they're getting to know each other. They're writing songs. They need to complete the song, and then they're thrown on the huge stage to perform in front of a live audience. That, to me, is astounding. I don't even know if I could do it. And we, as judges, did not get to hear their songs or see their performances until the audience did. So we had the fresh eyes and the fresh ears to be able to critique them right on the spot. And I will tell you, watching the evolution of these bands from the beginning episodes to the ending episodes is astounding. This is real reality TV. The audience gets to watch these people grow, watch their songwriting grow, listen to the actual critiques so they can hear a song, and then they can hear how we critique the song so they get to learn, the bands get to learn, What an experience. I mean, it's amazing that a show like this had never occurred before, but it's an evolution from the American Idols and The Voices, where you have singers singing other people's songs, to being thrown into the fire, to writing your own song, getting to know your band members, doing staging, getting on stage in front of a live audience. This is a profound experience, and I'll tell you, if I wasn't on the show, I'd be watching it.
Right. Mark, I'm going to stay with you for a second, because one thing I noticed that you were actually on, I mentioned the Instagram for the show for BANDED, and you were actually there commenting on some of the comments, and one of the continuous comments was about next season. So there are, of course, aspiring musicians watching this. What do you hope they learn from watching the show this season, Mark?
Well, they get to learn what everybody else gets to learn. They get a head start because they get to understand, wow, okay, I'm going to be thrown into the fire. I'm going to be given specific song styles that I'm charged to write. I'm going to be with people that I have probably never met before, and I'm going to need to work my tail off to come up with parts, to get along with people, to make a style, to create a band sound. So they get to learn all of the critiques. They get to watch the experience, and they get to know what they could potentially be a part of. So, as I said, this is real. Everything we're doing is real. This is not scripted. We don't get told what to say. We don't get told what to judge. This is the real deal. So anybody watching is going to learn an enormous amount about what it takes and how challenging it is to be on this show and to come out with really world-class performances, which by the end, you know, most of these bands were giving us world-class performances with staging, with pyrotechnics, with cheerleaders. It's really amazing. And also to watch the evolution of how everybody got along. In the beginning, some of the people were apprehensive about being in the bands together, and they were sort of almost avoiding each other, and then by the end, they fell in love. And that's a wonderful thing to watch the family come together.
Love that. Brandon, what about for yourself? I mean, as an artist yourself, what do you hope aspiring musicians learn from watching BANDED?
Well, how to get along with other band members. I mean, you know, if you're a musician and you're a songwriter, typically you have something to say, and you want to get your voice heard. But in order to kind of work with 4 other bandmates, you really have to set things aside, like your ego, right? So how do these people get along? It's like a marriage. I mean, it's analogous to, you know, having a canvas and having 5 people all together paint a picture, you know? At what point do you know, oh, well, this person knows how to do this well, and I respect that, and so I want them to do it. I mean, it's a very difficult thing and very complex to have 5 people be able to create art together. So just watching that process, I think, will be really inspiring for people. It was for me, because at the end of the day, also, they not only were they cheering each other on within the bands, but I mean, one of the things that I noticed that was one of the highlights was watching them cheer for each other. They really believed in each other. They loved each other's music, and they wanted to see each other succeed, even though it was a competition. So I think these young people were really good at being able to kind of put themselves aside for the betterment of not just their bands, but also the show and for every other musician that was involved.
That's beautiful. I just want to add one more thing. Every band stays on every episode, so you get to see the bands evolve. Nobody gets kicked off. And you can follow your own favorite band, and there's a winner of every show. So every band gets the chance to record their own song because they win one show. And at the end of the season, and we do not know the winners because they're wrapped up in an Oscar-style envelope, the winner wins a major recording contract, which is amazing.
Amazing. Great for us to be able to watch. The show premiered on May the 13th. Our audience can watch it, as Brandon mentioned earlier, on Access TV, but also you can go to BANDEDTV.com. That's BANDEDTV.com for all the details there. Again, everyone, we've been speaking with Brandon Jenner as well as Mark Schulman, talking with them not only about BANDED, but also what you guys can expect. Brandon, Mark, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate you all stopping by, and looking forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you, Cyrus. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus. Great to meet you, man.
Oh, same here. Thank you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let us go make today amazing. Take care.